Hello, today is March 13th, Friday. That is Friday the 13th, and today we have FFF number 338 that we're going to review today, and then we'll do some this week in Reddit as part of our new player night. Thanks as always for joining me on these videos. If you like this sort of thing, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you ring the bell so that you know when I post a new video. And if you have a comment or a question, you can leave it in the comments below, or you can just ask me when I go live at twitch.tv/ClownTown. And thank you, Drunken Master, for the follow. That's a live Twitch follow. If you want to come hit me a follow up on Twitch, you can do that. We can have a good conversation. Join me Friday night for New Player Night. Look forward to seeing you. Let's get into FFF. The character GUI. This is posted by Twinson and Bilka on March 13th, Friday Facts number 338. It was 11 months ago when we first mentioned the new character GUI in FFF 289. After all that time, it was finally getting ready. Since you can expect to see it sometime in at least next 1 or 2 weeks, we'd like to present a quick recap of the features and some in-game screenshots. Cool. The character window is now split into 3 tabs. Aha. Okay, I've got questions already. Using inventory/stack transfers in the player inventory will transfer the items either to weapons and armor slots or to trash slots depending on the one selected regardless of the item type. Okay, so you select the tab and then that tells you whether it goes into. So you have your crafting menu and your crafting menu, which doesn't have a trash slot, character menu, which has your ammo, and then your logistics slots, which have your demand and your supply and your trash. Cool. So what happens when I want to have my inventory out of these tabs, out of those sub-tabs in crafting? Does it still work the same way? Because in my speed runs, I want it all in a big window. Logistics and auto trash now merge into one panel. Okay. Which is already kind of is one panel. But using a double slider, you can set an interval if you have less than the first value. Oh, yes. Yay, look at there. You can set your request to your slider. Okay, good. You do one, or you can do one stack. Cool. Extra items will be auto-trashed and taken away by the robots. Aha. The double pop-up and extra might confirm seems strange. Maybe the way to solve the problem of robots bring you items before you finish setting your request. Yes. As soon as I click the button, they start to bring it to me. And what if I want to set my button, set it up first? That's a good one. I like that. With the merging of requests and auto trash, we made it so you can now set an unlimited number of requests, regardless of research. Oh. Furthermore, everything is unlocked in one research. Unlimited logic requests, auto trash, and 30 trash slots are all unlocked by the logistic robots that is researched at Blue Science. Oh, okay. So they had increased the expense of that? Because it used to be 1 row at a time, or 2 rows and 1, 1, 1, and you had to upgrade it. Searching now not only searches the recipe GUI, but searches also logistic requests. So iron plate, and inserter gives you insert. Oh, cool. Belt. Neato. So search is a spider T. Ha! You see that? Spidertron is not there. Look at that little nod. Look here. Inserter, belt, and belt. Spidertron not found. No recipes found. Ha! Look at that little Easter egg. By popular demand, we also added a switch to quickly turn personal logistics on or off. Yes! It will also stop items from automatically being moved to the trash slots. Logistic robots will continue to empty the trash slots. On and off. Yes! That means you didn't have to take your RoboPort out. Fantastic change. I agree. Since the recipe GUI has a new style, we also updated the look of the filter, item, circuit signal, and upgrade selection of GUI styles. Some of the other GUIs in the game will have some visual issues due to the mix of new and old styles. My next step will be to fix these issues as soon as the character GUI is released. So it won't. So opening up a combinator, a decider combinator, won't look like this yet. It still looks like old school. Okay, that's what I get from that. Looking back, this GUI took 13 months and 3 programmers working alternatively to implement. This is excluding mock-ups and UX design. It's a long story, but one thing is obvious that the GUI scope has grown far beyond what our code base is capable of. For this reason, we won't be focusing / obsessing that much on the GUI in the future. We will finalize a transition of styles, fix obvious issues and low-hanging fruits, and try to get everything at a consistent level of quality for 1.0. Good. This new character GUI changes will likely affect some mods, especially those relying on logistic technologies. Logistic-related APIs, old-style definitions. Thankfully, a lot of mods will be ineffective. Hopefully, we won't do this much disruption. Still, we wanted to give some forewarning. That is really good that a community is prioritized so highly on the list to say, hey, when we roll these out, we actually do kind of go out and look at which mods will be affected. It's pretty cool. Over the last 2 weeks, all right, Community Spotlight, Factorio from Bilka. Over the last 2 weeks, an overhaul called Factorio 2 has been going through the closed alpha and beta testing. Factorio 2 is an overhaul mod that aims to provide vanilla-style experience with an expanded post-rocket game. And updated recipes and mods will be released later today. Take the opportunity to spotlight it. Very good. This is really big. Those are interesting buildings. Don't know what those are. All right. The mod changes almost all recipes without introducing many intermediates, making it close to vanilla while still being a new experience. Cool. One of the bigger changes is that late-game technologies do not require the starting tech cards, science packs. Late-game technologies don't require the starting ones. Oh, combined with the tech cards mostly needing intermediate products, you can reroute the ingredients of the early tech cards into other production. Aha. So that is making red science with gears and copper plates. Eventually, the upper end will no longer require red science. Just to use red science as an example. And then you can then route those plates and gears to something else once you're done with them. Neato. But it also makes you go back in and uproot your existing build. The biggest feature of Factorio 2 that adds a significant amount of content beyond the rocket launch. Good. Including a new win condition. This is really good. Once it's released, I'll probably play it. Because I hadn't heard of, I've heard of this a million times, but I have not ever tried it, and haven't really looked into that much detail. After automating rocket launches, there are 3 more tech cards waiting to be researched, 2 new resources waiting to be harvested, and many more useful items to be crafted. All that production and the win condition take a slightly significant amount of power, but thankfully the mods also added effective power generation option. Okay, to fulfill the factory needs. Neato. Fusion power. All mod can be described as a great mix of updated recipes. Mechanics kept in line with vanilla. That means that the mod is not as overwhelming as the overhauls. Overhauls that really focus on certain mechanics such as many additional resources, fluid, or intermediates. Instead, Factorio 2 takes a balance between old and new. Perfect. The mod has many more features that I did not mention here, so I've made you curious. Check out the mod and for yourself and enjoy playing. Cool. Factorio team. Okay. Oh, look here. This is great. If you have many modifications, it's not for you. If you have many modifications, don't want to remove one of those. If you have many modifications already and don't want to remove those, they conflict. You can't imagine Factorio without Bob's, Angels, Pyanodons, or other major overhaul suites. You have a huge base and don't want to start a new game. You don't like the style. None of that applies to me. It is for you if you love multiplayer. Well suited because no complex scripts. You want to complicate and diversify the vanilla game with new resources and buildings, but don't want to turn the game into hardcore hell. Ding. You want to start a new game and try something new. Ding. The art style interests you. I mean, I ain't mad at it. Cool. New resources. Very cool. All right. Well, maybe we'll check it out. There you go. Well, that's the FFF for March 13th, 2020. Let's go take a look at Reddit. Thanks for joining us. All right. This is Reddit, our Factorio for March 13th, 2020. We did the Friday facts. Let's do the weekly question thread. Every Friday we go through here and just answer questions. All right. Mr. Ohlus asks, are there any plans to get the game running and frame rates higher than 60? Nah. I don't know that it's needed. It's not really that type of game. Redacted Gaming says, I'm looking to promote my community's Factorio server. Do you know where an appropriate place may be to put it out there? Steam forums, Discord, official Factorio Discord. Yep. There you go. And so it seems the guidelines are able to cry here once, so about once per month. Video creators here. n/a. Yep. But multiple servers all the time. They should make a post here about it. Don't spam repeatedly. Edit, I'd say if you're posting, here's my server, it's okay to do once a month. Don't come here to plug only your guidelines. Posting in, if you're a video creator, you may post your Let's Play streams once per month. Okay. Rule 7. Good day, Bruce. Thoughts on Iron Gear Bus, asks Premier Bromanov. I like the idea of compacting materials into smaller spaces, but gears seem to line up so well in a logistics mall that maybe it just overcomplicates my calculations. On a gear bus? Gears mostly go to production of belts. Yes. The only science that item needing gears that doesn't also need plates is red, right? So I don't. Gears are probably better made on site and not down the bus lane. You can make a gear train if you want to, but probably better just make an iron plate train. Lee1026 writes, is the offshore pump change in the game yet? Yes. I have some blueprints that I want to design. It's just graphical change in the latest beta. No, it's not. The size has changed and the placement has changed. It's actually in the most recent beta. It is in version 18.10 at 9. I think it might take place. 8, 10, or 12. I'm at 12 right now. As of this recording, the latest is 12, and it is definitely in. CK Gamer, I'm looking into buying the game. Well done. And want to know the difference between the demo and the full game. Should I get it? Full game's way better. Demo's balls. Buy it. You won't go wrong. Altruistic Road 2. I'm a new player. Good. And I love the game. About 25 hours so far. Frankly, I'm not the smartest guy around. And I'm already having a lot of trouble even creating efficient green science packs to be made. That's all right. I'm learning. But it's quite frustrating. I have the feeling the game is just too far hard for me unless I do some research. No. No. I read up tutorials, things like that, playing more efficiently, go through blind. Go through blind. Some things you can learn intuitively, other things you can't. One thing to do that wouldn't be bad is to maybe check out a Twitch stream that you like and maybe ask questions on New Player Night. If you really feel lost, suggest change your game version to 1.6 and try out the tutorials. Yeah, not a bad thing. That one does help you, but I don't like any of those. I recommend you launch a rocket before looking up guides. That's not a bad idea, is get to a rocket first. Shut off the biters. Don't sweat it too bad. Mathmois asks, I have more than enough solar panels to power my base during the day. The production meter is about 15%. During the day, only solar power is used. I'm really close to 0.84 accumulators per solar panel. How the accumulators don't last through the night. What might be the cause of this? Lasers? You just don't have enough, or you don't have enough power. The remember, it's a sine curve, a sine wave, up and down, and with this, as the sun comes up on your world, it peaks at 60, and then it goes down to 0. The average across all of those is 42 kilowatts. So if you average out the above and below, and average out that little hump that it does, of sun rises and gets to max and stays at max, and then sun sets. Average that out 42. So you probably just don't have enough power. And solar's great. It's UPS friendly and environmentally friendly and all that business. Can recommend solar. Takes up a lot of real estate, so got to plan it all out, but otherwise good. Darth Nibbles asks, does the mining boost infinite research give new resources, or just get the existing amount of resources to the ground faster? New resources, free resources. So I put a miner on 100 ore, and I have 2% increase, and I let it run to completion, and I will have 102 ore in the bucket. Free ore. Use the same amount of power, same amount of pollution, same amount of time. You get same amount of time that it would run normally, but you just get extra ore in it. The Moon Dude asks, I only use double head trains because I find it more fun. Well done. But as my factory goes to infinity, some intersections had to be made. The thing is, they do not seem to work with double heads and trains straight in a line. They just stop at the intersection and stand there until I switch them to manual. Sound like a signaling error. Correct. Need a screenshot. You want to come by, you can check out my YouTube rail tutorial, or you can come by New Player Night, Moon Dude. Love to have you. It's good stuff. Long story short, do radars consume less power if their close ranges overlap? No. Thanks for the follow. B41 is 0. Would they waste power overlapping chunks? They waste power. They just waste power. They use X amount, and then they expose live the area around them, and then they try and look for chunks that are unexplored. My God, 62 hours in, and I finally found my first uranium ore patch. No questions here. Just had to tell someone. Not a question. Well done. QSQH. Okay, I hate night in game. Me too. The question is, I've tried to play with many times. Just can. I've always played with Lua command to disable night-day cycle. Well done. But as a side effect of making solar panels work 24/7 without the need to build accumulators. Ha, got them. Is there a way to disable only the visual effect of day-night? Mod called Afraid of the Dark. Night vision goggles. Yep, night vision goggles. Mega Chaos 888 asks, how do I go about automating feeding coal into my furnace? Miner to belt, inserter, belt to inserter, inserter to furnace. Yep. Yeah. Payco is good at asking these questions again. I see. Thank you. Oh, okay. There you go. Well done. Afflicted Fox says, I'm curious if people put down accumulators if you don't use solar panels. Does anyone else use steam turbines with boilers? A boiler generates 60 steam per second. The turbine eats 60 steam per second. Okay. So, Accumulators are never bad. You can always do that. They actually do save you from hitting some dips in your power. One example of a dip in power that is pretty dramatic and pretty sudden is lasers. We were just talking about that in the Biter Battle challenge just a few minutes ago. You can also put tanks on your steam production. So route some power around and put some steam into a tank. That also helps to buffer your power. I would just say once your power is even a little bit bigger, the bursty power of demand kind of vanishes into the base load, kind of. But that if you're not at mega base yet, then yeah, you can do tanks are cheap, or you can do lasers. You can do accumulators for lasers. If you start using a bunch of lasers, make sure that you do put down a few accumulators. Accumulators are super cheap. Batteries and iron plate, and they're fast making too. So. Koopa Troopa 10 asks, looking at the patch notes for 18, doesn't look like any super significant changes to gameplay. Correct. I just got back into it. Should I stick with 17, upgrade to 18? The answer is upgrade to 18. Stable. Doesn't matter much. But you're correct. Only visuals and sound were improved in 18. No gameplay. Big time gameplay improvements were made in 17. 17 was a big step change. Help a noob Factorio. I didn't realize I bought a game that's still in active development. 6 years of active development. And yeah, which things more will change? Not much. I'd hesitate to continue playing this game with some sort of stability if I'm learning they're still changing formulas. They're not. It's very, very stable. Keep going. Someone posts here a blueprint of a full factory. They just plopped down. They got laughed out of this forum. Why is that a bad question? It's not. Two things. One, when you first start, you don't have much tech released, and you plop down a blueprint of your first factory. All the recipes and the assemblers and the chemical plants are missing because you don't have the technology yet. There's a big barrier to you to getting those done, so you do kind of have to build it stepwise. Number two, most everybody here enjoys the thrill of discovery in this game. And so the thrill of discovery is trying stuff out yourself, failing, figuring some other stuff out, trying some different stuff, ripping it all up, doing it again. And no one really the rest of us and the rest of folks in Reddit don't want to rob anyone out of that experience of hitting that first time and discovering lightning in the bottle the first time when you go, oh, yes, I got it working. Yes. Because Factorio is built over a series of those type of moments where when you discover that sort of thing and you have a new discovery, it's built on, hey, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, hey, that's a great idea. Oh, hey, I just learned something. That is what makes this game great and this community great. So, in that same regard, how do you experiment with this game? Do it, undo it, do it, undo it. Do free play. Try, fail, 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 try once, try, fail. And then yes, we did it. Yeah, heck yeah. We did it. Right? And then that's the best part about it. Do you manually build stuff up and build a bot network? Yes, mix of both. Raw materials all come from the ground. I need 1,000 items and had to manually click to install my small inventory. Yep. Help a noob Factorio keep going. All those are great questions. And part of getting good at this is doing that sort of discovery. Strongly emphatically encourage you not to do this. There you go. What was the last version where the recipes changed 0.1760? That was a big oil change. Chemical science flipped over to sulfur, and we got a flip over from advanced oil. 1760. What was the last version where the recipes changed 0.1760? That was a big oil change. Chemical science flipped over to sulfur, and we got a flip over from advanced oil. 1760. Who is your favorite Factorio YouTuber? Listen, KOS is great. Nephrums is great. Probably spent more time watching KOS than anybody.
0.0.
My chat, I swear. Exterm, good. JD is good. Nelos is good. All these are good. All these guys are good. Probably spent more time watching Katherine of Sky than anybody. I agree with all those. Nelos. Peak Power. Is there a good tutorial for oil production out there? I'm ramping up a production pilot related to products, and my head explodes, probably. If it was petroleum only, it'd be easy. Right. Point me in the right direction. Yep, the video from Nelos. I've got a video. New player night. Not practically. I'm looking to start a new n/a says I'm looking to start a new map. This guy answers more questions than he asks, which is great. That means he's a good participant. He commented on one of my YouTube videos, so he watches me. I want to have biter evolution only caused by spawner kills. Ooh, that's a good one. There is a triple that value. It's weighted differently. The weight is per se is how much you do value that how much you do that activity. Time isn't something you can change, while pollution is related to your production rate. You have to mod. You'd mod it. I did early on. I did a environmentally run where I actually did use efficiency modules, and it was pretty good. I got biters to quit attacking me, and I was able to do things. But I did it. Cribbit asks, are there other train mods besides LTN? Nope. The other Manning asks, how do y'all get your sulfuric acid to your uranium miners? Train. I just spaghetti some pipes to it, but looking for a more elegant solution. Train, spaghetti. Very long pipe until I can switch to solar. Yep. Train with 2 wagons. All right. Thanks for watching. If you want to catch me live, you can come to twitch.tv/clowntown. The link is in the description. And if you like this sort of video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have a question, you can leave it in the comment below or hit me up either in Twitch or in Discord. And thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.